Hello and welcome to my channel where I'll be taking up a poem for Anne Gregory from class 10 written by William Butler Yeats. This poem basically talks about modern love, that how nowadays the basic theme of love for people is their external beauty. And according to the poet, other than God, there is no one who will love you truly for what you are. So this poem has 3 stanzas. The first stanza is spoken by a boy, the second stanza by the girl, and the third stanza by the boy again. So let's see, what does the boy say or tell the girl in the first stanza. Never shall a young man, thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts at your ear, love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. So the boy tells the girl that if ever a boy goes into despair, if ever a boy is very sad because you have rejected him, rejected his proposal, it was not that because he was in love with you. It was because he loved your beauty. He loved your yellow hair. It was for your external beauty. He had fallen for your external beauty, especially your yellow hair. So what are the poetic devices in the first stanza? Now, actually we see that the boy is addressing a third person who has fallen into the fallen into love with this girl, and he has gone into despair, but he's actually talking about himself. Okay, so the poetic device in the first stanza is apostrophe. What is apostrophe? When you talk to somebody or talk about something, someone who is not present, it is called apostrophe. So the boy is talking about a third person who has gone into despair because the girl has rejected the proposal, and actually he's talking about himself, addressing it as third person. The next poetic device is alliteration, that is your yellow. Okay, this is alliteration. The third poetic device is metaphor, rampants at your ear. Now what do you mean by rampants? Rampant means great wall, surrounding a castle. So over here, rampants over here means her hair, which was falling on her ear. So we had 3 poetic devices in the first stanza: apostrophe, rampants, and alliteration. Rampants is metaphor. So again, why is it apostrophe? Because it seems as if the boy is talking about a third person, okay, who has fallen into despair because of the girl's rejection, but he's actually talking about himself. He's addressing his problem. Okay, so this is apostrophe. What is apostrophe again? When you talk about something or someone who is not present at the moment. Now let's go to the second stanza said by the girl. But I can get a hair dye and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. So in the first stanza, the boy was actually trying to make her understand that there is no one who will love you only for yourself. They will love you for your beauty. But the girl is not ready to give up. She is saying, if that is so, I will color my hair. If they like my yellow hair, I can change my hair color. I can change it to brown or black or carrot. And after that also, if young men fall for me, then it means, or if after that also they go into despair for me, it means they love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. Okay, so the girl is trying to give a justification to the boy. Okay, no, it's not like that. Understood? So in the second stanza, line number 4 and 5, that is, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone. It is one line broken into 2 lines. One line, the fourth line flows into the 5th line without any punctuation or break. This poetic device is known as enjambment. So when one line flows into another line without any break or punctuation. Okay. So now come to the third and the last stanza, again spoken by the boy. According to him, he had heard an old religious man, a sage, but yesternight declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. And so what is the boy claiming? That last night he had heard a sage say that he had found a text which proved that only God can love you for what you actually are and nobody else. Everybody else loves you for your external beauty. So what are the poetic devices in this stanza? Line number 1, 2 and 3, as you can see, they flow into one another without any punctuation, without any break. This is known as enjambment again. So this is again enjambment. Okay. Now there is one more poetic device here, that is line number 3 and line number 4 begin with the same word, that is that. This is anaphora. Okay. Now the words yellow hair and despair have been repeated again and again in the poem. The poetic device is repetition. So I hope you have understood the poem. So in this poem एक लड़का एक लड़की को ये समझाने की कोशिश करता है कि अगर कोई लड़का तुम्हारे रिजेक्शन के कारण उदास है तो इसका कारण ये नहीं है कि वो तुम्हारे कारण तुमसे प्यार करता है, वो तुम्हारी ब्यूटी के कारण तुमसे प्यार करता है। इस पे वो लड़की कहती है कि अगर ऐसी बात है तो मैं अपना लुक्स चेंज कर लूंगी, मैं अपने हेयर का कलर चेंज कर लूंगी। अगर उसमें मुझे मेरे येलो हेयर पसंद है तो मैं अपने हेयर को ब्राउन, ब्लैक या कैरेट कलर का कर लूंगी, और तब भी वो मेरे लिए दुखी होता है, इसका मतलब वो सीरियसली मुझसे प्यार करता है। बट वो लड़का इस बात को अग्री करने से रेडी नहीं है, और वो ये कहता है कि उसने एक सेज को ये कहते हुए सुना है कि उसने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बुक पाया है जिसमें ये लिखा है कि सिर्फ भगवान ही तुम्हें तुम्हारी आइडेंटिटी के लिए प्यार कर सकते हैं, तुम जैसे हो तुम्हें वैसे भगवान प्यार करते हैं, ना कि तुम्हारी सुंदरता के लिए। So I hope you have understood. Please like my video and share it, and thank you and have a nice day.